Hello, welcome to Kiot, and welcome to our Experience Center. Today I'm going to walk you through our entire product collection so that you get an idea of how we are making homes smarter, more efficient, and seamlessly connected. All right, so to begin, we'll talk about how we can upgrade your living area with smart switchboards that you can easily access and control from anywhere. We currently have four different product lines. We have retrofits, premium touch, modular touch, and full glass touch. Since we have a lot to cover today, I've taken some notes on my phone. Before we get started and going deeper into each of these variants, let's cover some basics. So, all these devices can be controlled using your smart devices, like your phone or your smart assistants, like Google Assistant, Alexa, or Siri. You can also manually control any of these devices just by touching them or toggling the switches. This allows for a great hybrid experience. Everything that we're going to talk about today is going to be covered in one app, which allows for complex and simple features like workflows, scenes, and using NFCs to trigger those. And finally, most of our products, if not all, have been tested for up to 4.5 kV surge protection at the minimum. So let's start with retrofit switches. Let's say you already have an existing switchboard that you really like, or you don't want any rewiring and you want something that's very easy and simple to install. That's where these come in. We offer variants from one switch to six switches, and those including fans as well. They are offered in variants from 10 ampere, 16 ampere, and 25 amperes for your heavy duty appliances like geysers or ACs. We also have two other products that are in this category. The first one is SPD, Surge Protection Device. And this one is rated up to 10 kV of surge protection. So you can ensure that your entire room or a specific appliance is protected at any cost. The other device is a three-phase energy meter. This connects directly in your power distribution box. And this can track your energy consumption, and you can also set workflows so that it can turn on or turn off based on your needs. Let's go to our next product category, the premium touch segment. These are four switches, touch capacitive, that have 6 ampere relays inside. These can be connected to your devices like lights or fans, but honestly, in a more realistic sense, these can be used as scene switches. You can connect each of these switches to a scene within the application. For example, you want to set a good night scene. Just by touching on one of these buttons, you can execute it. Turn off all your lights, turn on your air conditioner, and be ready for bed. Or maybe once you wake up, you want all your lights to turn off or turn on, have your curtains open, and turn off your air conditioner. You can do that too. This is a very elegant way to have quick access to your scenes. So next we have modular touch. This is meant to give you a hybrid approach. Let's say you have a couple switches that you want to keep or a regulator you want to keep, but you also want to make some of them smart. So here we have a couple of options. We have a one switch that goes up to 20 amperes, two and four switches that go up to 10 amperes, and we also offer you a fan regulator. So instead of the knob, if you want a touch capacitive and smart one, we offer that. In our Pro series, we also have RGB lights integrated right into the device. So for example, here, there's an orange for on and a green for off. And these are all customizable within the application. All right, now coming to our flagship series, the Full Glass Touch. We offer them in 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12 modules. They all come with three different phases, so you can connect a single phase, an inverter phase, and a heavy duty load. These come with 10 ampere relays, while the heavy duty one is a 25 ampere relay. One of these switches can be used as a two-way switch, and they can also be used as a scene switch, similar to our premium touch series. These are fully customizable from the RGB and the icons to the printed material on top. So you can print a custom design that'll fit your home seamlessly. It can also be set with a custom IR remote. For example, let's say you're sleeping in bed and you want to turn off your lights. You don't have to reach for your phone or you don't have to go to the switchboard. You can use the remote directly to turn off these switches. All right, so we talked about all the switches that you can integrate. Now let's talk about how you can control them within your home. This is our home console. It runs a custom version of our dashboard. From here, you can control your devices and also control and execute your scenes. For example, if I want to turn all these lights to cool white, you can do that in just a couple of clicks. All right, so going on to our next segment, smart locks. We have a couple of varieties here. I'm going to go through them one by one from top to bottom. So in our top row, we have our smart camera locks. Basically, these have a camera, and then there is a viewfinder on the back, so you can see who is outside of your door. I'll show you that in a quick second. And this is, our smart lock viewfinder, as I mentioned before, and you can see me through the viewfinder. In our second row, we have our three lever lock, and this one on the side is a single lever. Um, the third row is our hotel solutions. So the one on the left is an RF card only smart lock. And then the one on the right is a Bluetooth one, which also has a keypad. And finally, down below, we have some bedroom locks. So this has a fingerprint and also a keypad. And finally, this is a glass lock. So this can be fitted onto your glass doors. There are some, multiple ways to unlock these locks, including your fingerprints, passcode, and then you can also generate OTPs within the application so that you can share them with your friends and family. As we mentioned before, some of these do have RF card unlock features, such as this one, these two, and then the hotel card. And then all of these have a manual key unlock as well. And within the application, you can also invite family members, so each of them can register their own fingerprints and lock and unlock. So the next category I want to share today are our motorized products. At Kiot, we have a product called the pulse controller. Basically, it connects to your existing wiring of motorized devices, and which you can open, close, or pause at any position. For example, I have this TV behind me, which I don't know if you knew or not, but it is controlled by a motor. So I can open it, pause it if I wanted it right there, or close it. And similarly, I also have some blinds behind me. So I can also do the same. I can open it, pause it if I want it at that exact position, or also close it. So why is this useful, right? There are a couple of features that we offer. The first one is with scenes, right? So let's say you want to have a movie scene. You can close your curtains, close your blinds, and open your TV and have a nice movie experience. Or sunrise and sunset functionality. So basically, when you add a home to the application, we take your location. And with that, we can figure out when sun sets and rises at your specific house. Using that, we can open the curtains or open the blinds when it sunrises and close everything at sunset. And if you don't have any of these motorized products, do not worry. We also offer curtain tracks at 60 kgs and 100 kgs limits, and also blind motors to get you started. All right, so now we're going to talk about fans. You have them in your living room and bedroom. We all need them, right? So behind me, we have some BLDC fans, brushless direct current. You may ask, why should I get one, right? Well, to begin with, these are way more efficient. BLDC fans consume around 30 to 35 watts, while your traditional ones consume anywhere from 75 to 80, which means these are 50% more efficient at the minimum. And in terms of durability, these are wound with 100% copper wire compared to aluminum that is used in traditional fans. So, given that it's copper and it generates a lot less heat, these are way more durable and will last you a very long time. These behind me have a max RPM of 350 to 380 and come in two different variants. The first one is with the RF remote, and the second one is with our smart application. And going smart gives you a couple of extra benefits, such as using them in workflows and scenes so that it integrates better with your other home appliances and your home. But regardless, there are a couple of features that are common between both RF and smart versions. The first one being a boost mode, so you can activate it and get a higher RPM. Smart mode. There's also a timer, so you can shut it off automatically after 15 or 30 minutes, or couple of hours. And there's also a reverse mode. So in the winter, you can activate this and it will spin in the opposite direction to distribute heat efficiently throughout your room. So to our next segment, lighting. We offer, a variety of lighting options. To begin simply, we have LED drivers. These basically are wired to your light, and these come in CCT and COB variants, ranging from 7 watts to 36 watts. And this will allow us to, use them directly from the application, set scenes or workflows to change the color temperature and the brightness. And along with these, we also have lights that we provide as well. So until now, we've talked about individual devices and services that we can seamlessly integrate into your home. Now we're going to talk about our smart energy panels. These are, fully customizable and differ from person to person because their requirements are different. Today, I'm going to show you two of those different variants and explain and walk you through them. All right, so to start, we'll start with this. It's a 4G based model, and there's not much going on. It's a very simple setup. So the input is a three-phase power supply, and there's a PCB which will allow us to communicate and control this remotely from our phone. So this setup is a little bit more complicated, but because of that, we have a lot more protection involved. So the input is again three-phase, and here we have a three-phase energy meter. So that will allow us to see our power consumption and set workflows with that. And then we also have three SPDs hooked up. If you remember, we talked about this in the retrofit section. So each of these SPDs gives a protection of up to 10 kV for each of the phases. Down here is one of our new products. It's called the DIN rail. It has a 40 ampere relay, and it basically replaces one of these MCBs. And what this allows you is you can trigger it manually just by touching it, or you can also control it with the application. So basically, if it trips, you can turn it back on right from your phone. Now I want to share with you our Raspberry Pi Hub. This is basically running two different services in one little compact computer. The first one being Stream Hub. This will basically take your existing IP cameras and have them all in a centralized location in our Kiot application. This can work alongside your NVR setup or work as a standalone product. This supports all on-whiff cameras, so it can detect motion and fire and all other triggers that are sent from your camera. To demonstrate, this is one of our live streams, and this is working through RTSP feeds. In addition, we also support video capturing and snapshot capturing. And you can also go back in the timeline to see your exact live feed at a specific time. Next, let's move on to HomeSync. This is a two-part service. The first one, it acts as a Zigbee gateway, so it's compatible with all your existing Zigbee devices. And you can also import those devices right into our application, so you can use them alongside other workflows or scenes that you have already set up. The second part is that it acts as a HomeKit bridge. What this means is that you can expose all your Kiot devices along with your Zigbee ones to Apple HomeKit. For example, I have this iPad here with all of our devices already registered. What this allows you to do is control all your devices, the brightness, the sensors, everything through the Apple ecosystem, which includes the Apple HomePod, your Apple TV, your iPhones, and everything else. To demonstrate, I have an Apple HomePod there. Hey Siri, all off. Hey Siri, all on. So if you want to use your Kio devices with your Apple ecosystem, get this today. All right, so we've covered a lot of products. So this last category is going to be a speed run of all of our other devices that we have. We're diving right into AI and health wearables. So to begin with, we have smart glasses. We are getting a model with and without camera. This is one with the camera. So you can take photos and videos right from, your point of view. There's also AI integrated into this. So you can ask AI what you're seeing, or if you are talking with another person, you can have a live translation and a lot more with AI. The next one is going to be a smart ring. So this goes on your finger. tracks all your health metrics from steps, heart rate, blood oxygen, sleep, etc. Next, we have a smart scale and a smart scale plus. So this one is a 4 electrode model and this one is an 8 electrode model. This will, sync with the application and gather a lot of your health data in one place, from your body fat percentage, weight, skeletal mass, water percentage, and a lot more. So these devices will give you a good, sense of your health and how to make it a lot healthier going forward. Coming back to IoT devices, we have a 16 ampere smart plug. This connects to your heavy duty appliances like your air conditioner or geysers. This also has energy monitoring, so you can see how much power is being consumed and also have workflows associated with it. IR blasters. So if you have a lot of IR devices like your TV or your air conditioners, you can have this set up in your room and you can have workflows trigger this, or you can also manually operate those from your phone instead of having to have multiple remotes, right? Next is going to be your smoke and gas sensors. And basically, if something is happening in your home, like a fire or a gas leakage, you will get alerted right away on your phone. So even if you're not at home, you know that there's someone watching your house and have a peace of mind. So next is the sensor hub. This is actually a two-in-one device. This has an IR blaster built in along with a temperature sensor. So what this is best used for is setting workflows, right? For example, it's the summer, it's very hot outside. You can set a workflow for the living room. Let's say if the temperature in the room gets above 30 degrees Celsius, set my air conditioner to 25. You can do that automatically. So it saves a lot of, time finding the remotes and setting that up manually. Next, we have our other sensors. We have a microwave motion sensor, wardrobe sensor, and a door window sensor. So these basically allow you to, wire these up to different accessories. For example, microwave and wardrobe, you can wire these up to lights. So if there's any motion being detected or if the wardrobe is open or closed, the lights can turn on. And then the door and window sensors syncs with the application. So if a door is open, you can have an alarm go off or a certain light turn on. You can set up workflows like that. And that concludes all of our products at Kiot today. But before you leave, we have one more thing that we want to show you. So say welcome to our miniature home. This is a 3 BHK villa and it's fully furnished and fully automated. To demonstrate this, we have installed a full glass touch panel with custom icons. So to begin, I'll turn everything on. So as you can see, the air conditioners have turned on. There's a fan that has turned on in the dining room. TVs are turning on. The washing machine is rolling. And the privacy glass has gone clear. All right, so let's say that you want to watch a movie, right? We can turn on movie time. And for the movie, the privacy glass has gone dark, the lights are turned off, and the TV is rolling. So it's perfect for movie. And now let's say you want to set up safe mode, which will turn off all your heavy duty appliances, ensuring your appliances are safe during a surge. As you can see, all the air conditioners and TVs have turned off, but the fan is still going because that's not a heavy duty appliance. Um, yeah, that's about it. So thank you for being a part of Kiot and going through all of our products today. If you want to see any of these in person or would like to know more about our products, our miniature home, or anything else, feel free to visit our experience room in the office or reach out to one of our team members.